Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna, Dheeraj Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Pranchal Prabhu, Dandar Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Magnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Darati Swaparantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrijatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhupya Evacha Patitanam Pavanepyo Vaishnavepyo Namo Namaha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashadya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiyare Srinvatam Swakata Krishna Punyashravana Kirtana Ridyandastoya Badrani Vidunati Suhritsatam Nastaprayasva Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamaśloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Before reciting the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead Narayana, unto Nara Narayana, Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Shravyasadev, the author. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you for joining all the devotees. Let's see. Oh, Hare Krishna, Vishnu Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Amit Prabhu, and Shubham Prabhu, Dandar Pranam, Jai Śrīla Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandar Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Thank you for joining Vishnu Prabhu after a long time. Ribol.
Good to see you, Prabhu.
So today we are reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. We just started Canto 2. It's text number 1. No, I mean chapter number 1. Text 35. Who wants to read the first one?
Can I do it, Prabhu?
Oh, what, Prabhu?
Can I do it?
Yes, Prabhu. Please read. Ribol.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Vijnana Shaktin Mahim Amananti Sarvatmanonda Karanam Giritram Ashwaswadari Ushtra Gaja Nagani Sarve Mriga Pasava Stroni Deshe. Vijnana Shaktin, consciousness, Mahim, principle of matter, Amananti, they call it so, Sarvatmana, of the omnipresent, Andakaranam, ego, Giritram, Rudra, Shiva, Ashwa, horse, Ashwatari, mule, Ushtra, camel, Gaja, elephant, Nagani, nails, Sarve, all other, Mriga, stags, Pasava, quadrupeds, Sronideshe, on the region of the belt. Translation. The principle of matter, Mahatattva, is the consciousness of the omnipresent Lord, as asserted by the experts, and Rudradeva is his ego, horse, mule, camel, and elephant are his nails, and wild animals and all quadrupeds are situated in the belt zone of the Lord. Text 36. Vayamsi tad vyakaranam vichitram manurmanisha manujo nivasa gandharva vidyadhara charanapsara swara smridir asuranika virya. Vayamsi, varieties of birds. Tad-vyakaranam, vocables. Vichitram, artistic. Manu, the father of mankind. Manisha, thoughts. Manuja, mankind, the sons of Manu. Nivasa, residents. Gandharva, the human beings named Gandharvas. Vidyadhara, the Vidyadharas. Charana, the Charanas. Apsara, the angels. Swara, musical rhythm. Smriti, remembrance. Asranika, the demonic soldiers. Virya, prowess. Translation. Varieties of birds are indications of his masterful artistic sense. Manu, the father of mankind, is the emblem of his standard intelligence, and humanity is his residence. The celestial species of human beings, like the Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, Charanas, and angels, all represent his musical rhythm, and the demoniac soldiers are representation of his wonderful prowess. Purport. The aesthetic sense of the Lord is manifested in the artistic, colorful creation of varieties of birds, like the peacock, parrot, cuckoo, and others. The celestial species of human beings, like the Gandharvas and Vidyadharas, can sing wonderfully and can entice even the minds of the heavenly demigods. Their musical rhythm represents the musical sense of the Lord. How then can he be impersonal? His musical taste, artistic sense, and standard intelligence, which is never fallible, are different signs of his supreme personality. The Manu Samhita is the standard law book for humanity, and every human being is advised to follow this great book of social knowledge. The human society is the residential quarters for the Lord. This means the human beings is meant for God realization and association with God. This life is a chance for the conditioned soul to regain his eternal God consciousness and thus fulfill the mission of life. Maharaja Prahlada is the right type of the Lord's representative in the family of Asuras. None of the living beings is away from the Lord's gigantic body. Each and every one has a particular duty in relation to the supreme body. Disruption in the matter of discharging the specific duty assigned to each and every living being is the cause of disintegration between one living being and another. But when the relation is re-established in relation with the Supreme Lord, there is complete unity between all living beings, even up to the limit of the wild animals and human society. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu displayed this living unity in the jungle of Madhya Pradesh, where even the tigers, elephants, and many other ferocious animals perfectly cooperated in glorifying the Supreme Lord. That is the way to peace and amity all over the world. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Someone can read.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Vishnu Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Gaura Shakti Prabhu, Dana Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, dear Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, God Shakti Prabhu and all the Prabhus, all glory to Prabhupada and all Pranam.
Okay, text number 37. Brahmananam Kshatra Bhujo Mahatma Vidururangrishrita Krishna Varna Nana Pidabi Jaganno Papanno Dravyamaka Karma Vitana Yoga. Brahma, the Brahmanas. Nanam, face. Kshatra, the Kshatriyas. Bhuja, the arms. Mahatma, the Virata Purusha. With with the Vaishyas, Uruhu, thighs, Angrishrita, under the protection of his feet, Krishnavarna, the Shudras, Nana, various, Abhida, by names, Abhijaggana, the demigods, Upapanna, being overtaken, Dravyatmaka, with feasible goods, Karma activities, Vitana, yoga, performance of sacrifice. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Virat Purusha's face is the Brahmanas, his arms are the Kshatriyas, his thighs are the Vaishyas, and the Shudras are under the protection of his feet. All the demigods who are worshipable are also overtaken by him, and it is the duty of everyone to perform sacrifices with feasible goods to appease the Lord. Purport. Monotheism is practically suggested here. Offering sacrifices to many demigods under different names is mentioned in the Vedic literatures, but a suggestion made in this verse is that all those varieties of demigods are included in the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are only the parts and parcels of the original whole. Similarly, the divisions of the orders of the human society, namely the Brahmanas or the intelligent class, the Kshatriyas or the administrators, the Vaishyas or the mercantile community, and the Shudras or the laborer class, are all included in the body of the Supreme. As such, sacrifice by every one of them in terms of pleasing the Supreme by feasible goods is recommended. Generally, the sacrifice is offered with clarified butter and grains. But with the progress of time, human society has produced varieties of goods by transforming materials supplied by God's material nature. Human society, therefore, must learn to offer sacrifices not only with clarified butter, but also with other manufactured goods in the propagation of the Lord's glory. And that will bring about perfection in human society. The intelligent class of man or brahmanas may give direction for such sacrifices in consultation with the previous acharyas. The administrators may give all facilities to perform such sacrifices. The Vaishya class or mercantile community who produce such goods may offer them for sacrifice, and the Shudra class may offer their manual labor for the successful termination of such sacrifice. Thus, by the cooperation of all classes of human beings, the sacrifice recommended in this age, namely the sacrifice of congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord, may be executed for the common welfare for all the people of the world. Text number 38. यन्नशा विश्वरविग्रहस्य यः सन्निवेशः कथितो मया ते सन्धार्यतेऽस्मिन् वपुषि स्तविष्टे मनः स्वबुद्ध्या नयतोऽस्ति किञ्चित्. Yan, all these assault that Ishvara, Supreme Lord, Vigrahasya, of the form, Yaha, whatsoever, Sannivesha, as they are located, Katitaha, explained, Maya, by me, Te, unto you, Sandarayate, one may concentrate, Asmin, in this Vapusi, form of Virata, form of Virata, Stavishte, in the gross, Anaha mind, Svabuddhya, by one's intelligence, na not, Yataha, beyond him, Asti, there is kinshit, anything else. Translation. I have thus explained to you the gross material gigantic conception of the personality of Godhead. One who seriously desires liberation concentrates his mind on this form of the Lord, because there is nothing more than this in the material world. Purport. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Personality of Godhead has very explained that the material nature is only an order-carrying agent of His. She is one of the different potencies of the Lord, and she acts under His direction only. As the Supreme Transcendental Lord, He simply casts a glance over the material principle, and thus agitation of the matter begins, and the results and actions are manifested one after another by 6 kinds of gradual differentiations. All material creation is moving in that way, and as such, it so appears and disappears in due course. Less intelligent persons with a poor fund of knowledge cannot accommodate the thought of this inconceivable potency of the Lord Sri Krishna, by which he appears just like a human being. Bhagavad Gita 9:11. His appearance in the material world as one of us is also his causeless mercy upon the fallen souls. Although he is transcendental to all material conceptions, still by his unbounded mercy upon his pure devotees, he comes down and manifests himself as the personality of Godhead. Materialistic philosophers and scientists are too much engrossed with atomic energy and the gigantic situation of the universal form, and they offer respects more seriously to the external phenomenal feature of material manifestations than to the nominal principle of spiritual existence. The transcendental form of the Lord is beyond the jurisdiction of such materialistic activities, and it is very difficult to conceive that the Lord can be simultaneously localized and all-pervasive, because the materialistic philosophers and scientists think of everything in terms of their own experience. Because they are unable to accept the personal feature of the Supreme Lord, the Lord is kind enough to demonstrate the Virat Rupa feature of his transcendental form, and herein Srila Sukadeva Goswami has vividly described this form of the Lord. He concludes there is nothing beyond this gigantic feature of the Lord. None of the materialistic thoughtful men can go beyond this conception of the gigantic form. The minds of the materialistic men are flickering and constantly changing from one aspect to the other. Therefore, one is advised to think of the Lord by thinking of any part of his gigantic body and by one's intelligence only. One can think of him in any manifestation of the material world, the forest, the hill, the ocean, the man, the animal, the demigod, the bird, the beast, or anything else. Each and every item of the material manifestation entails a part of the body of the gigantic form, and thus the flickering mind can be fixed in the Lord only and nothing else. This process of concentrating on the different bodily parts of the Lord will gradually diminish the demoniac challenge of godlessness and will bring about gradual development of devotional service of the Lord. Everything being the part and parcel of the complete whole, the neophyte student will gradually realize the hymns of Ishopanishad, which state that the Supreme Lord is everywhere, and thus he will learn the art of not committing any offense on the body of the Lord. The sense of God-mindedness will diminish one's pride of challenging the existence of God. Thus one can learn to show respect to everything, for all things are the parts and parcels of the Supreme Body. What amazing purport this is.
Prabhu, can you show the universal form?
What, Prabhu?
You can search on in Google, Prabhu, universal form.
Like picture?
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu used to write that universal form in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam.
Oh, what is this? This is also universal form. Very nice painting.
It is shown to Arjuna.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay, Haribol, who wants to read the next verse?
Thank you.
I can read, Prabhu.
Haribol. Yes, Prabhu, thank you.
Text 39. स सर्व धीवृत्ति अनुभूत सर्व Atma yada swapna janekshidayika tam satyam ananda nidhim bhajeta nanyatra sajjed yada atma pada. Sa he, the Supreme Person, Sarva Dvivritti, the process of realizing by all sorts of intelligence. Anubhuta, cognizant. Sarve, everyone. Atma, supersoul. Yada, as much as. Swapnajana, a person dreaming. Ikshida, seen by. Eka, one and the same. Tam, unto him. Satyam, supreme truth. Ananda Nidhim, the ocean of bliss. Bhajeta, must one worship. Na, never. Anyatra, anything else. Sajjet, be attached. Yada, whereby. Atma Pada, degradation of oneself. Translation. One should concentrate his mind upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who alone is distributed in so many manifestations. As much as ordinary persons create thousands of manifestations in dream, one must concentrate the mind on him, who is the only all blissful absolute truth. Otherwise, one will be misled and will cause his own degradation. Purport. In this verse, the process of devotional service is indicated by the great Goswami Srila Shukadeva. He tries to impress upon us that instead of diverting our attention to several branches of self-realization, we should concentrate upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the supreme object of realization, worship and devotion. Self-realization is, as it were, offering a fight for eternal life against the material struggle for existence, and therefore, by the illusory grace of the external energy, the yogi or the devotee is faced with many allurements which can entangle a great fighter again in the bondage of material existence. A yogi can attain miraculous success in the matter of material achievements, and they are called anima, ligima, etc., by which one can become more minute than the minutest, or lighter than the lightest, or in the ordinary sense may achieve material benedictions in the shape of wealth and women. But he is warned against such allurements, because to become again entangled in such illusory pleasure means degradation of the self and further imprisonment in the material body. By this warning, one should follow one's vigilant intelligence only. The Supreme Lord is one, and his expansions are various. He is therefore the supersoul of everything. When a man sees anything, he must know that his seeing is secondary and the Lord's seeing is primary. One cannot see anything without the Lord's having first seen it. That is the instruction of the Vedas and the Upanishads. So, whatever we see or do, the supersoul of all acts of seeing or doing is the Lord. This theory of simultaneous oneness and difference between the individual soul and the supersoul is propounded by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the philosophy of Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. The Virata Rupa, or the gigantic feature of the Supreme Lord, includes everything materially manifested, and therefore the Virata or gigantic feature of the Lord is the supersoul of all living and non-living entities. But the Virata Rupa is also the manifestation of Narayana or Vishnu, and going further on and on, one will eventually see that Lord Krishna is the ultimate supersoul of everything that be. The conclusion is that one should unhesitatingly become a worship of Lord Krishna, or for that matter, his plenary expansion, Narayana, and none else. In the Vedic hymns, it is clearly said that first of all Narayana cast a glance over matter, and thus there was creation. Before creation, there was neither Brahma nor Shiva, and what to speak of others. Sripad Shankaracharya has definitely accepted this, that Narayana is beyond the material creation, and the all others are within the material creation. The whole material creation is therefore one and different from Narayana simultaneously, and this supports the philosophy of Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Being an emanation from the glancing potency of Narayana, the whole material creation is none different from him, but because it is the effect of his external energy, Bahiranga Maya, and is aloof from the internal potency, Atma Maya, the whole material creation is different from him at the same time. The example given in this verse very nicely is that of the dreaming man. The dreaming man creates many things in the dream, and thus he himself becomes the entangled sphere of the dream and is also affected by the consequences. This material creation is also exactly a dream-like creation of the Lord, but he, being the transcendental supersoul, is neither entangled nor affected by the reactions of such a dream-like creation. He is always in his transcendental position, but essentially he is everything and nothing is apart from him. One should therefore concentrate on him only as his part and parcel without deviation. Otherwise, one is sure to overcome by the potencies of the material creation, one after another. It is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita as follows: Sarvabhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpakshe Punastani Kalpadau Visrajami Aham. O son of Kundi, at the end of the millennium, every material manifestation enters into my nature, and at the beginning of another millennium, by my potency, I again create. The human life is, however, an opportunity to get out of this repetition of creation and annihilation. It is means whereby one may escape the Lord's external potency and enter into his internal potency. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the second canto, first chapter of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, entitled The First Step in God Realization. Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, yes, Prabhu. Let's read some little more.
Okay. Chapter 2, The Lord in the Heart. Text 1. Sri Shuka Uvacha Evam Pura Dharanayatma Yonir Nashtam Smritim Pratyavarudhya Tushtat Tada Sasarjedam Amoga Drishtir Yatapyayati Yadapyat Prag Vyavasaya Buddhi. Sri Shugavaja. Sri Shukadeva Goswami said, Evam, just in the same way, Pura, prior to the manifestation of the cosmos, Dharanaya, by such conception, Atmayoni, of Brahmaji, Nashtam, lost, remembrance, Pratyavarudhya, by regaining consciousness. Yes, Prabhu. By regaining consciousness, Tushtat, because of appeasing the Lord, Tada, thereafter, Sasarjedam, created this material world, Amoga Drishti, one who has attained clear vision, Yada, as, Apyayat, created, Prag, as formerly, Vyavasaya, ascertained, Buddhi, intelligence. Translation. Sri Shukadeva Goswami said, formerly, prior to the manifestation of the cosmos, Lord Brahma, by meditating on the Virata Rupa, regained his lost consciousness by appeasing the Lord. Thus he was again able to rebuild the creation as it was before. Purport. The example cited herein of Sri Brahmaji is one of forgetfulness. Brahmaji is the incarnation of one of the mundane attributes of the Lord. Being the incarnation of the passion mode of material nature, he is empowered by the Lord to generate the beautiful material manifestation. Yet, due to his becoming one of the numerous living entities, he is apt to forget the art of his creative energy. This forgetfulness of the living being, beginning from Brahma down to the lowest insignificant ant, is a tendency which can be counteracted by meditation on the Virat Rupa of the Lord. This chance is available in the human form of life. And if a human being follows the instruction of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and begins to meditate upon the Virat Rupa, then revival of his pure consciousness and counteraction to the tendency of his forgetfulness of his eternal relationship with the Lord can follow simultaneously. And as soon as this forgetfulness is removed, at once the Vyavasaya Buddhi, as it is stated here and in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2:41, follows at once. This ascertained knowledge of living beings lead to a loving service of the Lord, which the living being requires. The kingdom of God is unlimited, therefore the number of the assisting hands of the Lord is also unlimited. The Bhagavad Gita asserts that the Lord has his hands, legs, eyes, and mouths in every nook and corner of his creation. This means that the expansion of differentiated parts and parcel, called jivas, or the living entities, are assisting hands of the Lord, and all of them are meant for rendering a particular pattern of service to the Lord. The conditioned soul, given the question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can you go some little slow?
Yes, Prabhu, yes, Prabhu.
Thank
The,
you.
the conditioned soul, even in the position of a Brahma, forgets this by the influence of illusory material energy generated out of false egoism. Such false egoism can be counteracted by invoking God consciousness. Liberation means getting out of the slumber of forgetfulness and becoming situated in the real loving service of the Lord, as it is exemplified in the case of Brahma. The service of Brahma is the sample of service in liberation distinguished from the so-called altruistic services full of mistakes and forgetfulness. Liberation is never inaction, but service without human mistakes. Hare Krishna. I think Dheeraj Prabhu wants to read Prabhu.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Dheeraj Prabhu, you can read next. Hare Krishna, Vishnu Prabhu, thank you so much for reading. Oh, Prabhu, you can read now, I mean. If you're saying something, we can't hear you.
Hari, am I audible now?
Ribol, yes, Prabhu. Yeah, now it's good.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. शाब्दस्य हि ब्रह्मण एष पन्था यन्नामभिर्ध्या यतिधिरपार्थे परिभ्रमस्तत्र न विद्यते त्रान् मायामये वासनया सयान. Synonyms. Sabdasya of the Vedic sound. He, certainly. Brahmana of the Vedas. Esha, these. Pantha, the way. Yat, what is. Namabhi, by different names. Dhyayati, ponders over. The, intelligence. Aparthe, by meaningless ideas. Paribhramam, paribhraman, wandering. Tatra, there. No, never. Vindate, enjoys. Arthan, realities. Mayamaye, in illusory things. Vasanaya, by different desires. Sayana, as if dreaming in sleep. Translation. The way of presentation of the Vedic sounds is so bewildering that the intelligence of the people is directed to meaningless things like the heavenly kingdoms, etc. The conditioned souls hover in a dream of such heavenly illusory pleasures, but actually they do not relish any tangible happiness in such places. Purport. The conditioned soul is always engaged in laying out plans for happiness within the material world, even up to the end of the spiritual, even up to the end of the universal limit. He is not even satisfied with available amenities within this planet Earth, where he has exploited the resources of nature to the best of his capacity. He wants to go to the moon or the planet Venus to exploit resources there. But the Lord has warned us in the Bhagavad Gita 8.16 about the worthiness of all innumerable planets of this universe, Abrahma Bhuna Loka Punaravarti Vachana, as well as those planets within our solars, within other systems. There are innumerable universes and all innumerable planets in each of them, but none of them is immune to the chief miseries of material existence, namely the pangs of birth, the pangs of death, the pangs of old age, and the pangs of disease. The Lord says that even the topmost planet, known as Brahmalok or Satyalok, and what to speak of other planets like the heavenly planets, etc., is not a happy land for residential purposes due to the presence of material pangs, as above mentioned. Conditioned souls are strictly under the laws of fruitive activities, and as such, they go up to Brahmaloka sometimes and again come down to Patal Loka, as if they were unintelligent children on a merry-go-round. The real happiness is in the kingdom of God, where no one has to undergo the pangs of material existence. Therefore, the Vedic ways of fruitive activities by the living entities are misled. One thinks of a superior way of life in this country or that, or in this planet or another, but nowhere in the material world can he fulfill his real desire of life, namely eternal life, full intelligence, and complete bliss. Indirectly, Srila Sukadeva Goswami affirms that Maharaj Parikshit, in the last stage of life, should not desire to transfer himself to the so called heavenly planets, but should prepare himself for going back home, back to Godhead. None of the material planets nor the amenities available there for living conditions is everlasting. Therefore, one must have a factual reluctance to enjoy such temporary happiness as they afford. Text 3. अथ कविर्नामसुयावदर्थ साद् अप्रमत्तो व्यवसाय बुद्धि सिद्धे नतार्थे नयते तत्र परिश्रमं तत्र समीक्षमानः. Synonyms: Atha, for this reason; Kavi, the enlightened person; Namasu, in the matter of names only; Yavat, minimum; Artha, necessity; Syat, must be; Apramatta, without being mad after them; Vyavasaya buddhi, intelligently fixed; Siddhe, for success; Anyatha, otherwise; Arthe, in the interest of; Na, should never; Yateta, endeavor for; Tatra, there; Parishramam, laboring hard; Tatra, there; Samikshamana, one who sees practically. Translation: For this reason, the enlightened person should endeavor only for minimum necessities of life while in the world of names. He should be intelligently fixed and never endeavor for unwanted things, being competent to perceive practically that all such endeavors are merely laboring hard for nothing. Purport. The Bhagavad Dharma, or the cult of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, is perfectly distinct from the way of fruitive activities, which are considered by the devotees to be merely a waste of time. The whole universe, or for that matter, all material existence, is moving on as Jagat simply for planning business to make one's position very comfortable or secure. Although everyone sees that this existence is neither comfortable nor secure, nor can it ever become comfortable or secure at any stage of development. Those who are captivated by the illusory advancement of material civilization, following the way of phantasmagoria, are certainly madmen. The whole material creation is a jugglery of names only. In fact, it is nothing but a bewildering creation of matters like earth, water, and fire. The buildings, furniture, cars, bungalows, mills, factories, industries, peace war, or even the highest perfection of material science, namely the atomic energy and electronics, are all simply bewildering names of material elements, with their con- concomitant reactions of the three modes. Since the devotee of the Lord knows them perfectly well, he is not interested in creating unwanted things for a situation which is not at all reality, but simply names of no more significance than the blabber of sea waves. The great kings, leaders, and soldiers fight with one another in order to perpetuate their names in history. They are forgotten in due course of time, and they make place for another era in history. But the devotees realizes how much history and historical persons are useless product of flickering time. The fruitive worker aspire after a big fortune in the matter of wealth, woman, and worldly adoration. But those who are fixed in a perfect reality are not at all interested in false things. For them, it is all a waste of time. Since every second of human life is important, an enlightened man should be very careful to utilize time very cautiously. 1 second of human life wasted in the vain research of planning happiness in the material world can never be replaced, even by spending millions of coins of gold. Therefore, the transcendentalist desiring freedom from the clutches of Maya or the illusory activities of life is warned herewith not to be captivated by external feature of fruitive actors. Human life is never meant for sense gratification, but for self realization. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam instructs us solely on this subject from the very beginning to the end. Human life is simply meant for self realization. The civilization which aims at the utmost perfection never indulges in creating unwanted things, and such a perfectional civilization prepares men only to accept the bare necessities of life or to follow the principle of the best use of a bad bargain. Our material bodies and our lives in that connection are bad bargains because the living entity is actually spirit, and spiritual advancement of the living entity is absolutely necessary. Human life is intended for the realization of this important factor, and one should act accordingly, accepting only the bare necessities of life and depending more on God's gift without diversion of human energy for any other purpose, such as being mad for material enjoyment. Such materialistic advancement of civilization is called the civilization of the demons, which ultimately ends in wars and scarcity. The transcendentalist is specifically warned herewith to be fixed in mind so that even if there is difficulty in plain living and high thinking, he will not budge even an inch from his stark determination. For a transcendentalist, it is a suicidal policy to be intimately in touch with the sense gratifiers of the world, because such a policy will frustrate the ultimate gain of life. Shukadev Goswami met Maharaj Parikshit when the latter felt a necessity for such a meeting. It is the duty of transcendentalists to help persons who desire real salvation and to support the cause of salvation. One might note that Shukadev Goswami never met Maharaj Parikshit while he was ruling as a great king. For a transcendentalist, the mode of activities is explained in the next sloka. सत्यं शितौ किं कशिपो प्रयासैर्बहु स्वसिद्धे ह्य उपभ्रनैकिं सत्याञ्जलौ किं पुरुधा न पात्र्या दिग्वल्कलाधौ शति किं दुकूलय. Synonyms: Satyam, being in possession; Shito, earth, earthly flats; Kim, where is the necessity; Kashipo, of bed and cots; Prayasi, endeavoring for; Bahu, the arms; Swasiddhe, being self-effulgent; He, certainly; Upa, Upabharnai, bed and bedstead; Kim, what is the use; Sati, being present; Anjalau, the palms of the hands; Kim, what is the use; Purudha, varieties of; Anna, eatables; Patra, by the utensils; Dik, open space; Valka Adho, skies of trees; Sati, being existent; Kim, what is the use of; Dukulai, clothes. Translation: when there are ample earthly flats to lie on, then what is the necessity of coats and beds? When one can use his own arms, what is the necessity of a pillow? When one can use his palms of his hands, then what is the necessity of varieties of utensils? When there is ample covering or the skins of trees, then what is the necessity of clothing?
What is the meaning of this verse?
Oh, Hare Krishna, Il Prabhu Dandar Pranam, Jai Shila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Sarva Pranam, Jai Shila Prabhupada.
Thank you for
Krishna
joining,
Prabhu.
Prabhu. Go on.
Hari
Please read
Bol.
the word.
Yeah. So this verse is telling to live with the minimal necessities of life. Yes, Papat.
Yes, yes.
The necessities of life for the protection of the body, etc., must not be unnecessarily increased. Human energy is spoiled in a vain search after such illusory happiness. If one is able to lie down on the floor, then why should one endeavor to get a good bedsheet or soft cushion to lie on? If one can rest without any pillow and make use of soft arms and endowed by nature, there is no necessity of searching after a pillow. If we make a study of the general life of the animals, we can see that they have no intelligence to build big houses, furniture, and other household paraphernalia, and yet they maintain a healthy life by lying down on the open land. They do not know how to cook or prepare foodstuff, yet they still live healthy lives more easily than a human being. This does not mean that the human civilization should revert to animal life, nor that the human being should live naked in the jungles without any culture, education, and sense of morality. An intelligent human cannot live the life of an animal. Rather, a man should try to utilize his intelligence in arts and science, poetry, and philosophy. In such a way, he can further the progressive march of human civilization. But here, the idea given by Srila Shukadev Goswami is that the reserve energy of human life, far superior to that of animals, should simply be utilized for self realization. Advancement of human civilization must be toward the goal of establishing our lost relationship to God, which is not possible in any form of life other than human. One must realize the nullity of material phenomenon, considering it a passing phantasmagoria, and must endeavor to make a solution to the miseries of life. Self-complacence with a polished type of animal civilization, yet to sense gratification, is delusion. And such a civilization is not worthy of the name. In pursuit of such false activities, a human being is in the clutches of Maya or illusion. Great sages and saints in the days of yore were not living in palatial buildings furnished with good furniture and so-called amenities of life. They used to live in huts and groves and sit on the flat ground, and yet they have left immense treasure of high knowledge with all perfection. Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatan Goswami were high-ranking ministers of state, but they were able to leave behind them immense writing on transcendental knowledge, while residing only for one night underneath one tree. They did not live even 2 nights under the same tree, and what to speak of well-furnished rooms with modern amenities. And still they were able to give us the most important literatures of self-realization. The so-called comforts of life are not actually helpful for progressive civilization. Rather, they are detrimental to such progressive life. In the system of Sanatan Dharma of four divisions of social life and four orders of progressive realization, there are ample opportunities and sufficient directions for a happy termination of progressive life. And the sincere followers are advised there to accept a voluntary life of renunciation in order to achieve the desired goal of life. If one is not accustomed to abide by the life of renunciation and self abnegation from the beginning, one should try to get into the habit at a later stage of life, as recommended by Srila Shukadev Goswami, and that will help one to achieve desired success. Hare Krishna. Prabhu, if someone else can continue. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much for reading Haribol. Okay, let's read few more verses. Oh, this seems really long one. Which tune is this?
I can chant the verse, I think. Can I try?
Yes, Prabhu. I think
Krishna?
it's
Yes. Yeah. I have some meetings, so I will just chant the verse. Okay. चिरानि किं पति न शन्ति दिशन्ति भिक्षम् नये नयेवाङ्घ्रिपा परभृता सरितोऽप्यशून्यन् वृद्धा गुणा किमजितो वतिनोपशन्नान् कस्मात् भजन्ति कवयो धनधूर्मधान्दन् Hare
Go.
Krishna.
Chirani, torn clothes, Kim, weather, Pati, on the road, Na, not. Santi, there is. Tishanti, give in charity. Bhiksham, alms. Na, not. Eva, also. Angripa, the trees. Parabrita, one who maintains others. Saritaha, the rivers. Api, also. Asusyan, have dried up. Ruddha, closed. Guha, caves, Kim, weather, Ajita, the Almighty Lord, Avati, give protection, Na, not, Upasannan, the surrendered soul, Kasmad, what for then, Bhajanti, flatters, Kavaya, the learned, Dana, wealth, Turmada, Andahan, too intoxicated by. Translation. Are there no torn clothes lying on the common road? Do the trees which exist for maintaining others no longer give alms in charity? Do the rivers being dried up no longer supply water to the thirsty? Are the caves of the mountains now closed, or above all does the Almighty Lord not protect the fully surrendered souls? Why then do the learned sages go to flatter those who are intoxicated by hard-earned wealth? Purport. The renounced order of life is never meant for begging nor living at the cost of others as a parasite. According to the dictionary, a parasite is a sycophant who lives at the cost of society without making any contribution to that society. The renounced order is meant for contributing something substantial to the society and not depending on the earnings of the householders. On the contrary, acceptance of alms from the householders by the bona fide mendicant is an opportunity afforded by the saint for tangible benefit of the donor. In the Sanatan Dharma institution, alms giving to the mendicant is a part of householders' duty, and it is advised in the scriptures that the householders should treat the mendicants as their family children and should provide them with food, clothing, etc., without being asked. Pseudo-mendicants therefore should not take advantage of the charitable disposition of the faithful householders. The first duty of a person in the renounced order of life is to contribute some literary work for the benefit of the human being in order to give him realized direction towards self-realization. Amongst the other duties in the renounced order of life of Srila Sanatan, Srila Rupa, and other Goswamis of Vrindavan, the foremost duty discharged by them was to hold learned discourses amongst themselves at Seva Kunja Vrindavan. The spot where Sri Radha Damodar temple was established by Srila Jiva Goswami and where the actual Samadhi tombs of Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Jiva Goswami are laid. For the benefit of all in human society, they left behind the immense literatures of transcendental importance. Similarly, all the acharyas who voluntarily accepted the renounced order of life aimed at benefiting the human society and not living a comfortable or irresponsible life at the cost of others. Those who cannot give any contribution should not However, those who cannot give any contribution should not go to the householders for food, for such mendicants asking bread for the householders are an insult to the highest order. Shukadev Goswami gave this warning especially for those mendicants who adopt this line of profession to solve their economic problems. Such mendicants are in abundance in the age of Kali. When a man becomes a mendicant willfully or by circumstances, he must be of firm faith and conviction that the Supreme Lord is the maintainer of all living beings everywhere in this universe. Why then would he neglect the maintenance of a surrendered soul who is 100% engaged in the service of the Lord? A common master looks to the necessities of his servant, so how much more would the all-powerful, all-opulent Supreme Lord look after the necessities of life for a fully surrendered soul? The general rule is that a mendicant devotee will accept a simple small loincloth without asking anyone to give it in charity. He simply salvages it from the rejected torn clothes thrown in the street. When he is hungry, he may go to a magnanimous tree which drops fruits, and when he is thirsty, he may drink water from the flowing river. He does not require to live in a comfortable house, but should find out a cave in the hills. And may not be afraid of jungle animals, keeping faith in God who lives in everyone's heart. The Lord may dictate to the tigers and other jungle animals not to disturb his devotee. Haridas Thakur, a great devotee of the Lord Chaitanya, used to live in such a cave, and by chance a great venomous snake also was co-partner of the cave. Some admirer of Thakur Haridas, who had to visit the Thakur every day, feared the snake and gave a suggestion to the Thakur to leave that place. Because his devotees were afraid of the snake and they were regularly visiting the cave, Thakur Haridas agreed to the proposal on their account. But as soon as this was settled, the snake actually crawled out of its hole in the cave and left the cave for good before anyone present. Oh, snake. He was, I think the snake was sad. They were scared of him, so he was like, well, I'm gonna leave. By the dictation of the Lord, who lives also within the heart of the snake gave preference to Haridas and decided to leave the place and not disturb him. So this is a tangible example of how the Lord gives protection to a bona fide devotee like Thakur Haridas. According to the regulations of the Sanatan Dharma institution, one is trained from the beginning to depend fully on the protection of the Lord in all circumstances. The path of renunciation is recommended for acceptance by one who is fully accomplished and fully purified in one's existence. This stage is described also in the Bhagavad Gita as Daivi Sampad 16.5. A human being is required to accumulate Daivi Sampad or spiritual assets. Otherwise, the next alternative, Asuri Sampad or material assets, will overcome him disproportionately, and thus one will be forced into the entanglement of different miseries of material world. A sannyasi should always live alone without company, and he must be fearless. He should never be afraid of living alone, although he is never alone. The Lord is residing in everyone's heart, and unless one is purified by the prescribed process, one will feel that he is alone. But a man in the renounced order of life must be purified by the process, thus he will feel the presence of the Lord everywhere and will have nothing to fear, such as being without any company. Everyone can become a fearless and honest person if his very existence is purified by discharging the prescribed duty for each and every order of life. One can become fixed in one's prescribed duty by faithful oral reception of Vedic instructions and assimilation of the essence of Vedic knowledge by devotional service to the Lord. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, now we read the Diksastava prayers. चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं पवमः दावाग्निर्वापनं श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वादनं सर्वात्मास्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम्
नाम्नामकारिमत्वा निजसर्वशक्तिस् तत्रापिता नियमित स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवान् ममापि दुर्दैवं यदृशं यहाजनि नानुरागः
त्रिनादपुसञ्जेन ततोरपसहिष्णुना अमान्यमानदेन कीर्तनीयः सुतारि
ना धनं ना जनं ना सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगत् ईश कामायि मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवतात् भक्तिरहितुकी त्यायि
अयि नन्दतनुज किङ्करं पतितां मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कज स्थितधूलिसदृशं विचिन्तय
नयनं गलदासुधारया वदनं गदगदहृदया गिरा पुलकनिश्चितं वपुः कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रावृत्सायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे
अश्लिष्य वा पादरतं पिनष्टु मामदर्शनान्मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विरातातु लम्पतो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव न परः. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy alone can render benediction for the living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rule for chanting these names, O my Lord. Out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by chanting your holy names, but I'm so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy
You can do.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw on the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth.
O son
O
of
son of Maharaj,
Maharaj Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of atoms at your lotus feet.
O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly in his embrace or make me broken hearted by not being present for me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally.
Hari Bol, Shri Sixastakam ki jai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai.
Jai, Jai.
Pau Janma Korea Dishavana Kirtan Tabutana Paya Krishna Pade Premadan. If one is infested with the 10 offenses in the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, despite his endeavor to chant the holy name for many birds, he will not get the love of God. That is the ultimate goal of this chanting. The 10 offenses against the holy name are as follows. The first offense is to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord.
To consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu.
To
Disobey
disobey the
the
orders of a spiritual master.
to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of Vedic version.
To consider the glory of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. To give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord.
To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord.
Eighth offense. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna one of auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas as fruitivity karma kanda.
Ninth offense to instruct the faithless person about the glories of the holy name.
To not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names, and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions in this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting.
Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Let us all offer humble obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like desire-trees, and are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha
Vancha
kalpatarubhyascha.
kalpatarubhascha
Vancha
kripaya
kalpatarubhyascha
sindhubhyaśa
kripasindhubhya
pattabhyo
eva cha
vaishnavayo namo
patitanam
namaha.
pavanebhyo
Pavanebhyo
vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah.
Dedication ki
Bhakti
jai.
Vaishnava Vrinda
Time
ki
Prabhu
jai,
ki
Srila
jai.
Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai, Nitai Gaura
Jai.
Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hari bol.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Prabhu, I want to ask one question, Prabhu, regarding this point, to give some interpretation to holy name of the Lord. Prabhu, I want to ask, like, one thing I know that we have to chant and hear. And one more thing I'm in doubt, like, should we, in a humble prayer, like offering that, oh, energy of the Lord and the Lord, please engage me in your service. Like, should we think like that while chanting? I don't know. I've heard it somewhere.
So that's not the interpretation. If you hear something from the spiritual master, then it's not the interpretation.
But Prabhu, if we think during chanting, then how can we hear?
Yes, Prabhu. You should. This is hearing.
Prabhu, can anyone clear my doubt? Like, what should we think? What should be the mood while chanting? Like, expect. Sorry, what I'm saying.
Yes, Prabhu.
Except saying and hearing.
Yes, Prabhu. We
Means,
should
means
think what.
Srila Prabhupada, I remember he said in a lecture that when we chant Hare Krishna means we are invoking, we are telling the Lord that please engage me in a service. Srila Prabhupada did say this in a lecture actually.
Okay, we should have a mood like that.
Yeah, that is the actually by chanting also we are in a way doing service. We are doing service to the Lord. We are engaging our senses in remembering the Lord. So that
Okay.
is in a way a service actually.
Prabhu,
Okay.
I think feeling and thinking is different. We can feel it but not think, Prabhu.
Yes, bro. Bro, I think we should not think. We should just say Hare Krishna and hear Hare Krishna.
Yes.
I think Gaurashita Prabhu can explain nicely.
Yes, Gaura Shakti Prabhu, please say your lotus words.
Please don't add any lotus when you refer to me, you know,
No way,
because
Prabhu. You deserve
can-
all lotus, Prabhu.
you can add a cactus, you know, but lotus, no, it's okay.
No, Prabhu, you are. But Prabhu, you always
No,
motivate
Prabhu,
us.
this is your
with the 3 points.
humbleness. This is your humbleness.
Can you just what was your question first? Because I
Prabhu, I
didn't
think-
Yes,
hear
Prabhu,
clearly.
I'm sharing again. Like I
Yes.
chant what I do. I say Hare Krishna, I hear. But one doubt is in my mind that I have heard somewhere that we should have a like prayer like, oh energy of the Lord and Lord, please engage me in your service. So I want to know it from you, Prabhu, that how should we chant? Like except saying and hearing.
That is like the meaning of the Maha Mantra. So
Yeah, and actually
But
how to chant.
You
But you-
already
Yes,
you
Prabhu.
already said it, you know, Prabhupada said that when we chant, the meaning is, please Lord, engage me in your service. This is a
Okay, it's the
we are
meaning.
we are like pleading. This is right, the right word, right? We are pleading to the Lord, please pick me up from this material world. I'm suffering here. Please pick me up and get me out of this mess, you know? Because now this is what a good child can request to a good father. Help. We just request
Yes.
help, you know?
Yes, Prabhu.
Because at that time when we were disobedient, then we were thrown here, you know? Because of us, not because of... It is said in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam that he didn't want to create this world. He didn't want this material world. It was not something he wanted created, but he created because of us, because of our disobedience. So now we should be obedient and, you know, said to him, please help me, Father. I understand now. I understand that it was wrong to think that I was able to be you, even for a second. So please pick me up from this material world and, yeah, engage me in your service so that I can get out of here. Otherwise, there is no way out. So this is the
Yes, Prabhu.
meaning. Thing.
So, Prabhu, this should be our mood, but we should just chant and hear.
chant and hear. This is part of the 9 pure devotional service. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 7:5-23. Prahlad Maharaj said the 9 pure devotional service begin with Shravanam, Kirtanam, but not Shravanam, Kirtanam about anyone and anything. No. Shravanam, Kirtanam about who? Vishnu. So this is the 2 first 9 pure devotional service. Then there is 7 others. So we can even go to that verse, you can see. So there is, and Prabhupada said you can even if you pick one of them, you can go back home, back to Godhead if you master this. For example, Shravanam, Maharaj Parikshit was doing that, right? He was listening all along, the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, through the...
Yes, true. Whole day and night.
Yes, and then Kirtanam, then Shukadev Goswami did that, right?
Yes, true.
Yeah, so you can choose one, and you can go back home, back to Godhead if you master it. So we are
Yes,
doing
true.
2, even 3. When you are doing Shravanam, Kirtanam about Vishnu, then Shmalanam, the remembrance come, right? If you are doing
Yes,
right,
Prabhu.
if you are doing the right Shravanam and the right Kirtanam, then automatically, naturally, it will come. You
Prabhu,
don't
I'm
have to
relating
force.
the Leelas sometimes. I see two trees alongside, I remember Damodar Leela. It happens naturally to me.
Yeah, but this is the natural consequence that when you have a good Shravanam and a good Kirtanam after that, you have to listen carefully. Then you can chant the right way. Then after you
Yes,
chant the
Prabhu.
right way, you will remember automatically.
But
This is
Prabhu,
how
if
it
we
works.
remember during chanting, then how can we hear Prabhu?
During chanting, you just have to focus on your voice. You just have to focus on your sound, on this vibration that resonates in you. You just have to focus on that, and slowly, gradually, you will meditate even
Means
more
remembrance comes from subconscious mind automatically.
automatically, Prabhu. The moment you hear yourself resonate this, vibrate this Maha mantra, Hare Krishna. The moment you hear yourself doing it, then automatically the remembrance come. Prabhupada said like this. I will share the quotes. I need to find this because it was really clear in the letter. He said, first come Shravanam. Just in order in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 7:5-23. It's in order. First Shravanam, then Kirtanam. So, for example, if I'm leading a kirtan, the first I'm chanting, but you need to hear so that you can repeat after that. If you don't hear properly, you can't repeat my melody, right? This is how you chant kirtan. So it's the same thing when we are doing japa. The first thing, you have to listen what you are chanting. If you don't listen, how can you even chant properly? So the main thing is Shravanam. This is the main thing. So that's why we are here in reading session, to hear.
Yes,
To
Prabhu,
hear, it's the main thing.
I have read in Prabhupada one quote. One man asked that what should we think during chanting. That Prabhupada said, you should not think, you should hear.
Yes, Prabhu. You see? So this is the main thing. First, we need to develop this ability to hear. Just like Maharaj Parikshit, he was so focused. He could pinpoint the right question to ask Sukadev Goswami. And then Shukadev Goswami was very pleased because he knows that Maharaj Parikshit was really listening. This is what we have to, the ability that we have to develop, to hear really, really carefully. And then automatically you will chant the right way. And after that, remembrance comes, Shravanam. And then when Shravanam come, then this is already a success in life because you are remembering the Lord. And everything that you can, get rid of, like our anatta nivritti, everything will get purified just by remembering the Lord. Just by remembering his lotus feet, we got all auspiciousness. So this is the main thing, Prabhus. We don't need even to, practice the 9 pure devotional service. We just need to chant Hare Krishna. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that we should only chant in this age. We don't need other things. Just we master this art of chanting, and then we can go back home, back to Godhead. That's all.
Then, Prabhu, what about preaching, Prabhu? Preaching is the essence, Prabhupada says.
When you are chanting, you are preaching, Prabhu.
But how, Prabhu? Like, to
Prabhu,
myself,
this is
just
Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. So why you are not preaching? When you are chanting, you are preaching. The main thing of giving a book to someone is to make him chant Hare Krishna.
yes, Prabhu.
The main thing of all those verses is to convince you to chant Hare Krishna. This is the essence of preaching, Prabhu. You see?
So, Prabhu, what you're saying that if I chant nicely and sincerely, then I will be surely developing the intent to preach and give books. And then giving
Yeah,
books means main thing is chanting. Like I shared one
yes.
guy, Prabhu, a few days ago. I gave him the book, Chant and Be Happy. He liked very much that. I took his number. I will be again asking in a few days. You started chanting this that? Uh,
Yeah, but the main thing is that sometimes it will take time, not suddenly you will chant. Sometimes some people it will take few years or
yes,
even more.
yes, oh,
Hmm? Don't push.
yes, Prabhu. We don't know.
Just
We should
leave
not.
the person contact you or something like that, or even Krishna arrange something for you. Don't push the person. Prabhupada
So
will
I
do
think
the job.
Prahlad Prabhu, I think told me. I think I don't know. Like in Ishtagoshti, I asked
Yeah, he said
last
don't
to
push.
last.
This is the main thing that we should not like uh, push. We should
I should not contact
wait.
him means I had just gave him the
You
book
can contact
and
him, but not pushing. Just ask him if he read
normally
the book or if he had some question, but
I should not
don't be
advise. I
pushy.
should just ask normally.
Yeah, just ask because we are
Yes,
not
bro.
like some kind of um, I don't know how to
We are
describe them.
mediators, Prabhu. We are not
Th- there are some
result
religion
giving.
who will always push, who always push, like,
Prabhu, this
you
so-called
know,
Muslims, not real
mm,
Muslims, but so-called Muslims and
yeah,
so-called Christians, they are kind of
yes,
pushy in
yeah,
nature.
more Christian, even more the wit, Jehovah Witnesses, those kind of Christian, they are really pushy. They will always come and say to you, you need to come, you need to, they are really pushy. But I think this is not the right way to
Prabhu,
convince someone.
one thing about remembrance of the Lord, like we have a medical shop actually. So today I was in the med shop. I was seeing so many people. Oh yeah, yeah. With this material world is so much of this is Dukhalaya Masasutam. I remember that. Uh, so many people are like Prabhupada had a medicine company, I think, and we have a medical shop like where we like give medicines like or sell medicines.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Just like Nityananda Prabhu, he was distributing the holy name in his
yes,
transcendental
Prabhu.
shop. So
I am so
yeah,
fallen.
I hope it's clear now that for you
Yes, Prabhu.
that
It is clear, Prabhu.
we are doing
Just chanting and hearing.
yeah, just chanting and
And
hearing.
Prabhu, the
This
mood
is
should
the
be that.
meaning
What
of
you
the
told, the mood.
mantra.
Yes, Prabhu. The mood should be that please engage me in your service. But main thing is we should just chant and
If
hear.
you know, the best thing to cultivate the right mood for chanting is to learn bhajan. So you can learn Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur bhajan, or even Srila Naluttama Das
Prabhu, one I
Thakur.
know, Yugal
You know?
Ashtakam
Yes, but
by
you have to
Jiva
learn
Goswami.
you have to learn others. You can learn some Bhaktivinoda Thakur bhajan also, because then you can experience the right. You can have the right mood because
Prabhu,
they
can you
are.
share me?
I
Yes,
can,
Prabhu,
Like,
but
Tattvic
in
Prabhu
a personal chat
also
I can.
Tattvic Prabhu also said that we should uh, chant in mood of Bhaktivinoda Thakur bhajan.
Yes, Prabhu, definitely. If you learn Bhaktivinoda Thakur bhajan, then I guarantee you, you will notice that your chanting, your japa especially, will become more intense because you are in the right mood. This is a science, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was an expert chanting. He was an expert chanter, really. Like, he mastered this art, really. And
And
when he gave us so many bhajan, it can right away make us in the right mood to chant. So
yes,
whatever
Prabhu.
bhajan you choose, you just go and chant before you meditate on, Bhaktivinoda Thakur bhajan, and I guarantee you, before chanting, I guarantee you, you will be on the right mood to chant, and it will even make you, surprised,
Prabhu,
like,
I
oh,
sing Shikshashtakam before chanting.
yes, but this is the standard. What you ask me is that what should be the mood? So I explained to you that the mood is in the Vaishnav bhajan, those who are
Prabhu,
authorized.
can you tell us some bhajan?
Yes, I can share on the Shloka learning group. It will be
Prabhu, please share
more.
all of the bhajans, Prabhu, like by our Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktisiddhanta
But
Saraswati,
actually,
or
all of them are very nice, especially those who talks about humility and what we really are. Those are very, very, very nice. So I can share with you those who I'm listening, and yeah, you can
okay,
start to
Prabhu.
listening to that and reflecting on that. The most important is the lyrics, is the meaning of
Meaning,
the
yes,
bhajan.
meaning, yes, yes,
So, Prabhu,
This
yes,
is
yes.
the
firstly, you
most
share Srila
important.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
Hmm?
Bhaktivinoda Thakur, all Bhaktivinoda Thakur bhajans, please share. Hearing ones
Uh,
also, Prabhu,
I
like hearing will be
yeah,
nice.
I
Like
heard
tuning and everything.
something about Prabhupada saying that when he was with His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, his Guru Maharaj, you know, said to them, to the disciple, said to them, you have to learn 30 bhajan of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur by heart. So even Srila Prabhupada learned that.
Okay.
you know. So this is really, really essential if you want to chant in the right mood. This will increase your chanting. I guarantee you. I can confirm this, because very, very, because I'm insignificant, but the moment I start to really meditate on the meaning and really, really like on Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur bhajan, and then my chanting increased, like the hearing, and I was in the right mood. I was in the right mood. And this is the main thing, because the bhajan of a Vaishnav is prema bhakti, is his manifestation of the symptom of ecstatic love. When he writes something, just like the purport of Srila Prabhupada, this is the symptom of his ecstatic love.
Yes,
He
Prabhu.
bleed everything in it. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur was a poet. Vaishnav is an expert in everything. Are expert in everything. They have 28 qualities. So they are expert in everything. And when they are poet, when they do some poetic, work, then it's really effective. I guarantee you. So when you meditate on the meaning of those beautiful bhajan, this is not only chanting, Prabhu. This is meditating on the meaning, because this is the essence of the scripture. The whole collection of bhajan that we have can give us so much knowledge, because this is the essence of all the scriptures. You see? So this is not
Yes,
mundane
Prabhu.
song. This is transcendental song, and it can, help us to reach the highest platform, because this is prema bhakti. This is prema bhakti. Every bhajan, authorized bhajan, Vaishnav bhajan. This is prema bhakti. So when we, for example, we read Śrīmad-Bhāgavad Gita or même Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, if we don't have the purport of Srila Prabhupada, do you think you will understand something?
No, Prabhu, not a single word.
Yes.
Yes.
Purport of Srila Prabhupada is out of this world. It's something
Yes,
that
yes.
if we don't
Prabhu means
have,
the purports are being written by him originally, like Prabhupada's words only.
yes,
Yes, yes.
of
And
course.
like whatever he learned.
Those purports are
He said
magical,
it.
magical.
Prabhu, I already, I already shared the quotes in the Vaishnava Sangha group. Prabhupada said himself that actually Krishna did take him, and he was just writing. That's why
Okay.
he read this book also, because he learned something new every time he read this book. Can you imagine this?
These purports are given by Lord
Yeah,
Krishna
this was in
directly
one
to
lecture, I
Prabhupada,
Yes,
remember.
like to Arjuna.
yes.
Oh my God.
So you see how elevated it is. So for every acharya is like this. This come from the Paramatma Prabhus. We are inspired by the Paramatma. This is common
Yes, bro.
sense,
He is in our
because
heart.
yes. So when we reach the higher platform, then we become inspired so much. He can literally make us do everything. So
Prabhu, he will talk
everything
to us
become
then,
possible for
like
a
you are
Vaishnava.
talking to me.
Yes,
Like
Prabhu.
Prabhu, like you are talking to me. In that stage, that Prema Bhakti level stage, then the Paramatma will be talking to us. Like he talked to Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Vinod
But
Thakur,
he talks
and
to
all
us through
Acharyas.
every level. But when you are, of course, in that level, then you can benefit. Everyone can benefit
Directly
of
we
your
can see
work.
him.
Everyone can benefit of your work, of what you are doing, of what you are saying. Anyone can benefit, because this is because you become a bona fide representative of the Lord. That's
Yes,
why
Prabhu.
you can be
He will
worshipped
be
more
guiding
than the
us in every
Lord.
step.
Yes. So you become pure. This is pure devotee stage. This is not now, but this is pure devotee stage. You will become as good as Lord. Hmm? So this is how I can explain it. So you should really listen more to the bhajan, and listen more carefully, like meditate on them, and really study the meaning of each bhajan. What mood he convey in each bhajan, and I guarantee you, when you will do that, your chanting will improve.
So,
Definitely.
Yes,
Prabhu,
Prabhu.
can we hear online, Prabhu?
Yes, of course, Prabhu, you can. No problem about that. Hmm? The main thing is to learn some bhajan and to always reflect on this. Just like we are learning the Shishastakam, and then we are always chanting before we are. This is the meaning, the purpose of that is to meditate on each stanza, each verse, you know. What Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said in this, for example, you know, Trina da pisa nichina talola pisa ishnuna mani namanadena kirtaniya sadahari. You know what is I must be humble than a grass and more tolerant than a tree and devoid of false prestige and you know always give respect to others and don't expect respect for myself. So this is what we should do: meditate, reflecting on this. And the more deeper you go, then you increase your devotional activity because you become mature. You understand more deeply. You can apply. This is Vigyan. You have some realization, so you can apply in a practical way in your sadhana. You see. So this is not only to repeat by heart, you know, Cheto Darpana Marjanam, you know, this is not like this, like a robot. No, we should reflect on this. Oh, what is the meaning of that? You know, this word, this particular. We should study that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't wrote anything except those 8 stanza. He didn't even wrote that. It was a compilation of what Swarup Damodar or his associate, eternal associate, heard, and then they compiled in the Chaitanya Chaitamrita first, and then they gave us this Shishastakam. But at the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't even leave something for us in he didn't wrote something. He just said loudly, and then they compiled every instruction, and then Shishastakam was appear, like this. But we should reflect on each and every verse like this and go deeply on it in understanding. And then realization will come from our heart. And then you will go more deeper in devotional service. You want to do more and unmotivated, you don't want any respect or you don't want that. You will become humble and meek just by doing this, reflecting like, okay, I need to understand more deeply those words because this is coming directly from the Lord. We should not go and read. We can read like this, just like a robot. We can at the beginning it's like this, we are reading like this, but after some times you need to reflect more on what you are reading, right? So that you can really understand deeply, and this is more efficient than read like a robot. Yes, you are reading for 1 hour straight, oh, it's very nice, but it's better to read just 10 minutes and reflect 1 hour. Because then you are meditating. You are thinking about this verse. Oh, this verse is really nice. Yeah, I have some realization. Because you are reflecting on this. So we can read for 1 hour, yeah. But did you really learn something in what you are reading? Did you really, is there something that strikes you? So we should read with more, attention. And
Prabhu,
not
I want to
read
ask
just
one
for
thing.
read.
Prabhu,
Yes.
like this respect thing, like as you told, na, that amanina manadena. Like we should
Mm-hmm.
not expect any respect, but we should always give respect to others. But if we take an example of Prabhupada, the whole world was giving respect to him. But like how he was taking that, like everyone was offering obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, but he was not expecting respect, but he was getting respect. So how he was taking that, Prabhu? Even to you, even to any Prahlad Prabhu, any senior devotee, like how it is been taken, Prabhu?
Yes, this is very simple question. Prabhu, he will give the credit to his Guru Maharaj, right?
Okay, Prabhu.
Every
Like this,
time he
it will
offer
go
back,
to Krishna.
yeah, first it's Guru Maharaj. First is Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur. First, he will say, it's only the credit of my Guru Maharaj, only the mercy of my Guru Maharaj. He will always say that, right?
And the mistakes will be going to us, and all the good things will be going to
Yeah,
Guru Maharaj.
actually, what I say, sometime when you said something, oh, Guru Shakti Prabhu, I said, no, this is only by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada.
Okay, Prabhu.
You have to offer back because you are here, we are here because of Srila Prabhupada.
Yes, Prabhu.
If it was not Srila Prabhupada book, we weren't. What
It will
will
be
be the
rotting.
discussion now? Hmm? It
Yes,
will not
Prabhu.
be transcendental discussion. It will be a mundane discussion, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So the main thing is to always give credit to our Guru Maharaj. Always. And then naturally you will become humble, Prabhu. Because you are not accepting that pratishta, that respect. Hmm? Not
Yes, Prabhu.
those hypocrites in ISKCON, those those so-called guru, they are accepting pratishta from them, from their disciple. They should not. They should say, no, it's your real spiritual master is Srila Prabhupada. And it's true, because they are reading, whose book they are reading? They are reading Srila Prabhupada book.
And
Whose book will
Prabhupada,
make them Krishna conscious?
they are not giving respect to Prabhupada.
Yes, Prabhu. So this is this is very offending actually. This
Who,
is
Prabhu, who is
really,
not
really
giving?
offending. Mm. Because who is giving you that transcendental knowledge? Please. This is Srila Prabhupada book. I never heard some so-called effulgent acharya from now. Please tell me who he is. Is there any effulgent acharya now?
And
I
Prabhu,
don't
I
think
have
so.
listened once Tatwit Prabhu saying that Prabhupada accepted respect from Westerners to teach them how to respect spiritual masters.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, because when you are so close, you see those ISKCON guru who deviate. They were, for most of them, they were very close to Srila Prabhupada. Very close to him. So when you are close, then it builds contempt. Like you become too familiar. And when you become too familiar to the spiritual master, then you consider him to be an ordinary man. And this is what? This is the third offense to the holy, right? You see? So by this process of Ritvic initiation, we are connected to Prabhupada in Vani. And Prabhupada always emphasized on that. He said, Vani is more important than Vapu, right? He always said that. Vani is more important than Vapu. Because I followed my spiritual master instruction in Vani. Because of that, I was able to uh, do whatever success I have. It was because of my Guru Maharaj instruction. So we don't need physical association. We
Yes,
just
Prabhu,
need
can you
to
please
be connected to the Vani.
mute? Sorry, can you please mute, Prabhu?
So yes, we just need to be connected through the Vani, through the instruction of the spiritual master, and then we can really benefit.
Yes, Prabhu.
Mm?
Yes,
Uh,
Prabhu.
purely, not doing any offenses, because he's not here and we are not so close to him like they were. So it's easy for us to not become familiar to him, because the moment you become familiar to a transcendental being, then it's finished for you. It's finished. Because this is the greatest offense. We can't consider the spiritual master to be ordinary man. This is not good. He is not an ordinary man. He is representative of Krishna. Please. Sakshat Dalit Vena is none different than Krishna. None different. A matter of fact, he is even more powerful than Krishna. Vaishnav is so powerful that Krishna become a slave.
Oh, Prabhu.
Krishna becomes slave of his devotee. He can do whatever the devotee want. For example,
But
Prabhupada
devotee
said,
want to be
"Oh,
slave of Krishna.
yes, this is the reciprocation of love." So you see, Prabhupada said, "Okay, that those Westerners they can't chant 64 round. Please, Lord, now they will chant 16 round and they will go back home, back to Godhead. Okay, no problem."
Prabhu, who
So
asked
this
this
is the
question?
power of
They
pure
can't chant
devotee. He can change
64.
everything. He can change everything, every rules. It depends of the time, the circumstances, the place. He can adapt the method. There is a verse like this. He can adapt the method uh, for
And
the
Prabhu, now
age, for
these
the
ISKCON
place.
people are telling, Ritik is wrong, this, that. Like Prabhupada changed the rule, we can also change the
Don't
rule.
chant.
They're
So don't
comparing
chant.
themselves to Prabhupada.
So don't chant 16 round then. Don't follow Prabhupada. Follow Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and chant 64 round,
Yes, Prabhu.
and then we
Chant
can talk.
64, chant 108.
And then we can talk.
They are not on that level and they're comparing themselves to Prabhupada. Like he can change, we will also change, we can also change.
Prabhu,
It is
this
not in
is only lip
Shastras. They can,
service. Don't go in that way. Don't do lip
yes, Prabhu.
service. We are doing already so much lip service. It's okay now. We focus on the right thing. The right thing was given by Prabhupada long time ago. And just like, there is a wonderful video, perhaps Sami Prabhu can share with you also, of His Grace Sundar Gopal Prabhu explaining, he was in Russia, when he was explaining that actually Prabhupada did the Ritvik initiation long time ago when he was still present. He was beginning to give the Ritvik initiation. It was already there. It wasn't something that, suddenly appeared after his departure. No, it was already there. He was functioning like that.
Okay.
ISKCON was functioning like that at that time when he was there present. So this
And they
video
burnt the
explain
tapes, Prabhu.
everything.
So many tapes.
Yeah, but the explanation of His Grace Sundar Prabhu is so nice, because it explained the whole thing. Actually, this is not something that appear after Prabhupada departure. No, this is not this system was given to Prabhupada when he was still present. They were doing that on a regular basis. They were initiating like this. They were using that process to initiate. Sometimes they initiate some devotee, some devotee. Prabhupada wasn't there. Prabhupada was somewhere in Australia. They were initiated in London. They were initiation in London. So this is not Ritvik. Who gave the initiation in London? Prabhupada wasn't there.
Yes, bro, many thousands of devotees have not even seen Prabhupada.
Yes. So you tell me that those devotees are not disciples of Srila Prabhupada at that time? He wasn't even there. His Grace Sundar Gopal Prabhu received his beads from the post, from later, long time after his initiation. He didn't even seen Prabhupada once,
Yes,
physically.
bro. 1 January 1977, Sundar Gopal Prabhu's initiation.
You see? So how exalted he is now. So this is not the right meaning of Diksha. They don't even know what is the meaning of that. Because when you often a pure devotee, then your world study of the scripture is uh, how to say, there is an exact word, is Krishna will not will veil, the world study of scripture to you because you are an offender. He don't want you to progress because you are an offender. First of all, you should repent yourself, and you should make it clear that okay, I mess up, I offend a pure devotee. Please forgive me, Krishna, because Krishna said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, or even in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam also, there is a verse like this. He said, "Myself, I can't forgive someone who offend my devotee, but my devotee can." My devotee can forgive you, but myself, I will never forgive you. So, Krishna, when you offend a devotee, will never forgive you, and then he will veil everything. He will make your study of the scripture will become frustrated. So those ISKCON or Ojiyamada, they can't have the real thing because they are offended. First of all, they should repent themselves. They should really repent themselves, and then perhaps the Paramatma will, perhaps, slowly, gradually, I don't know, forgive them, I don't know. But this is serious things. You should never, never, ever commit an offense to a Vaishnav. Never do that, Prabhu. This is finished for you after that.
Prabhu, they have ruined the life of lakhs of disciples.
So the main thing now for us is to really, really, how to say that, acknowledge that we are on the right path and we should not doubt of it even 1 second. Please don't ever doubt that you are on the right path now and you are the right place to become really transcendental, because you are following a transcendentalist. Srila Prabhupada is a transcendentalist, and we will become after some times transcendental, and we will go back home, back to Godhead. No doubt about that. So this is what will manifest in you. The faith in the scripture, the faith in the implicit faith in the spiritual master. The faith will grow in association of devotee. In the right association, in the bona fide association of devotee, the faith will grow. But if you are not in the bona fide association of devotee, then you will stagnate, and perhaps you will even fall down. But I guarantee you, you are at the right place to make some very good progress in Krishna consciousness. I have no doubt about this. ISKM is the real ISKCON now.
So one thing, like I have sometimes I'm asking this, like interrupting devotees, that like either you or Prahlad, is it this also an offense? And if it is an offense, then how to get over this? Because I have interrupted too many times.
Yes, it is.
So what to do
It
now,
is.
sir?
According to, you need to you need to wake up early in the morning, associate with Brahma Muhurta in the mode of goodness, and then those quality of the one quality of patience will manifest in you, and then you will become patient. And you will wait.
Yes, Prabhu. I think this is the mode of passion
Yeah,
in me.
so the main thing, Prabhu, now is that you keep chanting. But try to wake up early in the morning, just like I told you. I always told you that.
Yes.
Try to make this an habit that, okay, now I'm waking up at Brahma Muhurta and I'm chanting my round. And those qualities will manifest only when you associate with the mode of goodness. Not after sunrise, but before sunrise. So the moment you don't even wake up and you don't even chant at that time, you can never, never, ever manifest those transcendental quality that Krishna named in the chapter 16, verse 1, 2, 3 of Bhagavad Gita. 26 quality. This is Vaishnava quality. So it will manifest in you. This is not something that we can labor to obtain. No, it will manifest. So if you are not doing the right thing at the right time, then you are doomed. You can't even progress. That's why I emphasize so much about Prabhus, come to the japa session at Brahma Muhurta. This is not because I want to play the bad devotee, like, okay, he's strict, he's always on our, always chastising us. And I don't chastise anyone. I just want to make you realize what I realize myself, that actually to manifest those transcendental quality, to have those, you have to associate with the mode of goodness. And this is the verdict of all the scriptures. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam said that actually
Prabhu,
if you
can
don't
I?
associate with the mode of goodness, then you can't have transcendental quality. You can't.
So, like, can I sleep later? Like, if I nowadays I'm like finding hard to wake up, Prabhu, because of some medicine. Like, can I wake up at 5 and sleep later half an hour? Like right now, I'm waking up at 6:30, 7, like that.
Yes, if I understand properly your question, actually, if you want to wake up earlier, if you can, please do it. Then, if you need to rest because you wake up earlier, so you need to
Prabhu,
rest.
I
You can
sleep at
rest.
10 actually.
You sleep at 10 p.m.
Yes, Prabhu. Till 10 I sleep.
Mm. So you need how many hours of sleep?
Prabhu, what I noticed, some days if I sleep like 7 hours, in the daytime I feel sleepy. I sleep around 1 more hour. Like nowadays because one medicine I'm taking extra, Prabhu. It will go on for I think 1 month or 1.5 months. Then I will be normal to 6:30 hours. Now I'm needing actually 7:30 hours to 8 hours. So Prabhu, can I do like this? Like till 10 I sleep and I can wake up at 5 and I can take a bath and chant. And after chanting or in afternoon, like half an hour to 1 hour, I can sleep.
Yeah, I already told you, Prabhu. You can do that, of course. I already
Yeah.
told anyone,
Or
everyone
till
in the
9 if
group.
I can sleep, that would be more
I
better.
please, I prefer that you come, all of you come for Brahma Muhurta, change your round, and then you can sleep all along the day if you want. If you want to sleep in
So
the
chanting is
mode of
priority.
passion, please do it. If you want to sleep the mode of tamas, please do it. Because actually the main mode, the main time is the morning time, the Brahma
Mode
Muhurta
of
time, the
goodness.
mode of goodness time. This is the most pure time.
Prabhu,
In
till
Srimad
sunrise, is
Bhagavatam,
it? What is the
in
duration
Srimad
of mode of goodness,
Bhagavatam, in the
Prabhu?
Canto 11, it is said that there is pure time and impure time, just like there is pure places and impure places, right? So there is pure
Yes.
time, and the pure time is Brahma Muhurta time. And impure time is the mode of tamas, It's now for you. It's beginning now. Even for us. Beginning now. Tamagun. This is impure time. This is time for ghost. This is time for demon. This is not
Prabhu,
time
what
for
is
simply
the
devotee.
duration of goodness, Prabhu? Mode of goodness, duration till when to when?
We can say that after 1 a.m. Till sunrise, you are
Like 6,
in the
7
mode.
a.m.
Because in the Krishna book, chapter 70, Krishna said he wake up 3 hours before sunrise.
Oh, at 3 a.m.
3 hours. So before sunrise, for example, if in India sunrise at 6, so he will be up at 3.
But Prabhu, he is Supreme Lord, Prabhu. He doesn't need any, but he's showing by his example. Is
No,
it?
he explained that he did that in the same chapter. You go and write and in Krishna book, you go and read it. He explained in the same chapter that actually he and Rukmini Devi, the goddess of fortune, they are teaching us how we should behave as a devotee, just
By their
like
example.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Prabhupada is very kind. He said, no, 1.5 hours is sufficient. You just wake up 1.5 hour before sunrise and then you chant. But actually in the chapter 70, Krishna said he wake up at 3 hours before sunrise. So this is the scope. So we can tell that from 2 a.m. Till 6 or 7, it depends on the country, especially those who live in the east or the west. It's different because the sunrise will be different time. But we have 4 or 5 hours in the morning time that we can use for progressing in Krishna consciousness. And if you analyze Srila Prabhupada daily activities, he was beginning to translate Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam at 1 a.m. At 1 a.m., he said, this is very silent, this is very peaceful time. No one will bother me, no one will disturb me, so that's why I translate at that time. But it is not only the one reason. It is because this is transcendental time. At those time, whatever you do in devotional service, it will be more efficient. This is transcendental time. It got purified. That time got purified by Srila Prabhupada himself. Yeah. It is
Yes,
not that
Prabhu.
when Srila Prabhupada, when a pure devotee will go somewhere, then it becomes a tilta, it becomes a place of pilgrimage, right?
Yes,
So
Prabhu.
if he can purify a place, do you think he can't purify a time? Pure devotee
But
can do
Prabhu,
everything.
many people wake up till 4 a.m. My roommate sleeps around 4. So is it like he will be also getting the benefit? He
No,
sleeps around
Prabhu, if
4
he
and
is not
5 in the
doing
morning.
devotional activity, he will not get any benefit. He will get only material profit or benefit.
Okay, Prabhu.
But if you are chanting and he is hearing, yes, he will. He will get something.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah,
Sometimes he
because this
hears,
is
Prabhu,
preaching.
because, yeah. Yes,
This
Prabhu.
is preaching. When you are chanting the holy name, you are preaching, Prabhu.
Yes,
What
Prabhu.
Srila
Whoever
Haridas
hears,
Thakur was doing when the prostitute came to allure him, came to tempt him, he for 3 days and 3 nights he was chanting the holy name. After that, the prostitute became a devotee. Is it not preaching?
Yes, Prabhu, it is preaching if we are surrounded by people or if we
Of
go for a
course,
walk.
Prabhu, Srila Haridas Thakur was pure devotee. He was chanting Shuddhanam. Okay, but the name will never be contaminated. The name is not different than the Lord. The Lord came, he was not under the illusion of Maya. He is the controller of Maya, right? So the holy name
Yes,
is the
Prabhu.
same. It will never be affected by our condition. The holy name is Nirguna. It will never be affected by the guna. So even if you chant with offense, if the Lord wants to touch the soul of that person, it will. It will. The holy name is independent. It's not something that you can control like that. You should develop your devotion. After you develop your devotion, then you can appropriate yourself the holy name, because you capture the Lord in your heart. So the moment you capture the Lord in your heart, then you become pure devotee. It's finished. You can 24 hours, 7/7, always remember the Lord. And this is Krishna consciousness. This is the purpose of our sadhana. This is why we are here, to always remember the Lord. This is Krishna consciousness. This is Bhakti Yoga. This is the topmost yoga. To always remember the Lord. And then it's finished. We have spiritual body. Immediately, even if we are still here, we are immediately liberated.
And
It's
Prabhu,
finished.
remembering him at the time of death. Like, I think what I've heard, if we don't remember, then he remembers us if we become a pure devotee due to some condition of the body,
I,
if we
I
couldn't
just said
remember.
that. The moment the perfection of yoga is to remember the Lord 24/7. The moment you did that, it's finished for you, Prabhu. When you will leave your body, Krishna will automatically make you think of him. Automatically.
Okay.
The main thing of the purpose of our sadhana, this is what Srila Prabhupada gave us. He gave us a process, a perfect process to go back home, back to Godhead. If we don't, and if we are really like, okay, I will do this, but not now, if we take this easy, then our chances to go back home, back to Godhead will diminish. But the more we invest in that process, the more it works in you. This is common sense, right? So if you don't invest enough time, sufficient time in your practice, what will be the result at the end of your time here?
It's Prabhu, reciprocation.
So for example, you're studying, right? If you don't study, if you don't invest yourself in those study, do you think you will pass the exam? Do you think that you can increase your
No, Prabhu.
chances to pass the
No.
exam by not
It will
investing
decrease, Prabhu.
yourself in it? Yes. So why are you inclined to invest your time in such a material and mundane thing that will never help you at the time of death, but you are not willing to invest more time in something that can give you liberation at the time of death?
So,
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, I have a question.
Yes.
So, Prabhu, if I dies before
Mhm.
initiation, so
Mhm.
Prabhu, can I get a chance in next life?
Yes, Prabhu. Of course. Why not? Even if you didn't get initiated, doesn't mean that you will not get another chance. The Lord is very merciful. The Lord is very merciful, and especially for those who chant the holy name. And actually in the Canto 3, chapters 33 and verse 7, Srila Kapila Dev, there is a beautiful verse. He said that those who chant the holy name, even Krishna, they spoke, they said once, just like Krishna or Rama, they did all the austerity. They take bath in all the sacred river. This is not cheap. This is not something that we did in this life because we prepare so many lives to reach that level to just chant Krishna, just this word,
But,
to
but
be able to chant Krishna.
But Prabhu, I think I have committed so many offenses on the on the strength of holy name, Prabhu.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that you will not get a chance to get initiated and to progress. You see, you came back to master it, and now you see, you didn't even go to ISKCON, you come to ISKCON. Because you understand that, okay, Srila Prabhupada made this Rivik initiation, and this is the right thing to follow. So you are progressing, Prabhu, just like every one of us here. So we are progressing. So we should not bother about did I get the chance, or no, you will get the chance. You are already fortunate. You are already fortunate, just like I am.
No.
So
No,
you
Prabhu,
just need to keep going.
actually my situation is going not very good. So I was asking this because I am in very precarious condition, Prabhu.
Yes, but the more, the holy name is for those who are in your condition, especially. The more precarious you are, the more fallen you are, then the more it will act. Because when you will chant sincerely. And when you chant sincerely, without any offense, even once, you know you already know. Do you know the story of Ajamil?
Yes, Prabhu.
Ajamil, he chant once, and it was not directed to Nalayan. He chant. He just asked his son. He just chanted the name of his son. He just shout, Narayan, Narayan, and then the Vishnu Duta came. You see? So even if you can chant one name without offenses, then it's your success. It's your success. The main thing is to chant that name offenselessly, to chant one time, 1 second without offense. And then the Lord is pavitram, is supremely pure. He will purify immediately, just like the sun, when it appears on the sky, then there is no dark anymore, no darkness. The moment the sun is there is no question of darkness, right? So the moment the Lord appears in your heart, really, then there is no tamagun, there is no rajagun, only goodness and pure goodness, because he is supremely pure. He's pavitram, he's supremely pure. The moment he appears in your heart, because you chant without offenses, then all your sin can right away, they will disappear. It will burn all the sin, everything. The main thing, Prabhu, is to chant. So if you are chanting sincerely, especially at the time when you leave your body, Prabhu, you will go to Goloka Vrindavan. The initiation is a formality. Of course, we need to get initiation, but His Grace Prabhu said himself in last Instagoshti, he said, actually, if you are following the process of Srila Prabhupada, chanting 16 rounds, 4 regality principle, read and hear every day, If you are doing that, you are already initiated by Prabhupada.
No, Prabhu, I'm not doing all. I am only trying to how much I can do. I am chanting, but you know my situation, Prabhu. I've told you.
Prabhu, you are chanting is more than enough. You are already connected to Prabhupada. You read his book. It's more than enough. You are in ASKM. You are associating with bona fide devotee is more than enough. You are connected to him. If you are not connected to him, I am not also. If you are not connected to him, I am not. This is the same thing. As I said, you can just pick up one devotional service, one pure devotional service, and you just pick up this. You can chant, you can read Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, right? You can do that. So this is your benediction in this life. In this life, Krishna grants you that you can still do Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. You will become purified just by doing that, Prabhu. Just by doing that, you will be purified. This is not me who's saying that. This is Shastra. Just Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, then Shmalanam. It's finished. The moment you remember Krishna, you become purified. Finished. So, what is the question of you will not have chance? You will, Prabhu. You just go on your sadhana. You just do the Shravanam, Kirtanam, just like you are doing. Increase. Read, hear, chant. Very good. Very good. You need to do what? Just by doing that, Halenam, Halenam, Halenamaiva Kevalam, Kalonasti, Vanasti, Vanasti Gatilanyata, right? This is the only way to realize ourselves in this age of Kali. This is the only way, by chanting the holy name, chanting the holy name, chanting the holy name. There is no such things. This is so nice. This is so nice. Just by doing that, we can go back home, back to Godhead. But we should do it the right way, without offenses. Okay? This is not that we will chant and then it's okay. No, we should do it without offenses. Then we should follow the prescription of the pure devotee, and everything will be okay for you. So just focus on what you are doing now, Prabhu. This is already very good. This is not me saying that. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came here for? He came here for to give us what? Prema Bhakti. And Prema Bhakti in what form? In the form of the holy name. Right? Am I wrong? Am I saying something wrong now?
No, Prabhu, no.
Yes. So have faith in the holy name. Your only shelter is the holy name. Your only shelter is the holy name. And the moment you take shelter of the holy name, your life becomes successful. It's finished. Perfection. I think I can end up here. Everything is clear now, right? I hope.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, everything is crystal clear.
Please share the songs in group, Prabhu.
Yes, I will. Just give me some time. I need to do something.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I need to do something after this, and I will surely make a list and share in the Shloka learning group of bhajan we should learn. I will make a list, okay, and then I will share. And yes, it would be very nice if we begin to learn those bhajan. all of us, especially those who came in Brahma Muhurta time and chant the holy name in the japa session. We should all learn at least 10 bhajan, it's not so much, 10 bhajan, even for you, Indian, or even those who speak for, just like Neil Prabhu, or they are in Bengal, this is Bengali, so this is more their language, so they can learn more quickly. So they should learn more bhajan of.
Yes, Prabhu, Bengali is
this.
like Hindi.
Oh, really? So this is nice. You should learn more. I said 10 for those who are foreigners, like Westerners, yeah, we are not used to those. But actually, those who are native, those who live in India, they can learn more than that. And you should learn more than that because it's more close to your language, so you can appropriate more quickly,
Yes, Prabhu,
memorize.
but I need Prabhu list. If someone can give me the list to remember this song, I can remember.
Yes, Prabhu, I will send it to the Shloka learning group. No problem. But after 1 hour, I need to do something after that. I need to work on some book that I need to write here. So yes, is it the on? Is there anyone who have another question or something?
Prabhu, I am in very Pranjal Prabhu. I joined from to account Prabhu. How?
He has duplicated.
Oh yes, this is the specialty of Sami Prabhu and Pranjal Prabhu. They can duplicate themselves. Yeah. Yeah, this is the specialty now. So we can't do that. We are not in that level. They, we can say
Except you,
that they
except
they
you.
have like 60% or 70% of their spiritual body, so they can do like a small avatar of themselves.
Prabhu.
I can just create the temporary potato forms.
This is already very nice, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. I get
I
only
can't
given
even.
I get only given my potato rupa.
Prabhu, you all have
Potato Rupa.
siddhis, all siddhis.
Yes, Prabhu. I can become a crispy potato.
Oh, yeah.
And the
Yeah,
icon of
so
Sami Prabhu and Pranjal Prabhu are same. Just Gaur Prabhu looking there.
so please
And
just
one day Pranjal Prabhu have 4 account Prabhu.
And what?
4 account. He has
Oh, yes.
joined from 4 account.
actually Pranjal Prabhu can have all the count. He can have all the account. He can crack everything. So this is not something that sometimes
Yes.
yeah, I was thinking that perhaps Pranjal Prabhu can take the whole Vaishnav Sangha group and he can he can do that because actually this is his specialty. So don't be astonished if someday you will lose your account or something like that.
Yes.
Don't be astonished, because Pranjal Prabhu is you see now is three Pranjal Prabhu. You see, there's three.
Yes, Prabhu.
He begin to extend. His
Yes, Prabhu.
Vilat Lupa. He begin to extend everywhere.
This is
So
like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he becomes ecstatic, he becomes Lord Jagannath, and
yeah,
Prabhu,
yes,
he takes
yes.
new forms.
the same thing. So don't think that Pranjal Prabhu is ordinary man. Huh? He's not. He's not. He's already up there.
Yes, Prabhu.
He just came to, by his mercy, to just, see everything is okay for us. If we are going in the right way. So all glories to him. All glories to all of you. And thank you for the opportunity for me to serve. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
And
Prabhu. All glories
I,
to
I
Shri.
hope that you will be ready for tomorrow to